Hi, everybody, and welcome to Spa Babies, presented by Spendthirft. I'm Dan Illman, along with Nicole Russo. Let's throw up the field for Thursday's Spa Baby race, and it is a good one. The $120,000 PG Johnson Stakes for 2-year-old fillies going 1.16 miles on the inner turf. A maiden is the 8-5 morning line favorite. Expand the Map, though, ran very well in her career debut for Chad Brown earlier in the meet.
She did. And I think the fact that she's a maiden and she's the morning line favorite just shows really how strong and deep this race is. You have some shippers from various jurisdictions. You have some fillies that we've already discussed on Spa Babies this season who have run right here at Saratoga. You have some horses with European background and pedigrees, a little bit of everything in the PG Johnson, which, as we discussed with the With Anticipation, has been another very strong race over recent years.
Number 1, Runaway Breeze, really improved with the addition of blinkers last time out, scoring over the synthetic surface at Presque Isle down sprinting. She is a half-sister to Gato Guapo, a stakes-winning dirt router that also won on the turf. A lot of dirt in this family, but I like that she handled the synthetic surface. I expect Dylan Davis to make good use of the inside post and have this filly up close to the lead, if not outright up front, but it is a big ask off that maiden victory.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with your assessment. The light bulb went on in her third start when the blinkers were added. I'll expect her to show some speed from that inside post. I like that she's running the synthetic. It should transfer over well to the turf, but stretching out and, expected to be the pacemaker, I think it is a big ask.
The 2 Misinterpreters entered main track only, so we'll move to the number 3, the morning line favorite from the Chad Brown barn, Expand the Map, a $313,000 yearling at Tattersalls overseas. The dam, a stakes-winning miler on the turf, second dam Group 3 placed in France. Let's watch Expand the Map's career debut back on July the 22nd. She was bet down to 1-2 favoritism, and you see her on the outside. She's the number 4 in the white and red, and she's a little bit green in the stretch, but she comes with a good determined run, and she just missed, gets run down by Pizza Bianca.
Yeah, and that has come back so far to be a pretty good maiden. Hill, too, who was one of your Spa Baby selections recently, came out of it to win on Sunday, Traverse weekend. Expand the Map earned a 70 for her effort in this maiden, the second highest buyer in this field despite being a maiden. And Chad Brown has had really good luck going over and sourcing some horses in Europe in recent years. This one, a Tattersall's yearling purchase.
Here's a fascinating entrant, the number 4, Philly Eagles. This filly has only raced once overseas back in June, and she was a winner in a 12-horse field at a big price. Now, likely a private purchase, now owned by Tracy Farmer under the care of Mark Cassie, strong turf pedigree as you would expect.
Yeah, and it looks like she's been training right along locally for Cassie off that debut. I like that the debut came at 7 furlongs. I like that it came in a big field. I don't think American racing will intimidate her. It came on turf rated good, and there is some precipitation, I believe, in the forecast for Saratoga on Thursday. We'll have to see what sort of turf conditions that we get, but I do think that she'll handle it if there's a little bit of cut in the ground. She's by Havana Gold, a grandson of Galileo. I certainly think that she's equipped to go longer. And as I said, a good foundation with that 7 furlong debut.
Here's the career debut for the 5, Silvery Rill. She was the beaten favorite for trainer Christophe Clement, but this Warfront filly ran pretty well. She's a little bit green here. She has a look at it inside the 3/16 pole. She's still racing on her left lead at this juncture. She's going to make it real close at the wire. I thought she was very game and should move forward.
Absolutely. She just missed in that debut, which I believe was another maiden where we had a really hard time splitting between horses. We thought it was a deep race. She's out of stays in Vegas, who was a grade 3 winner routing on turf. I believe she was also grade 1 placed. Just a terrific pedigree on both sides for Christophe Clement, who has had a good meet and who often improves them next time out.
The 6 is Take the Backroads, who should show some speed. She is stretching out for Tom Amos off this victory. Her turf debut in lifetime start number 3. She does have some route pedigree, as you see, a half-sister to Sister Stroll, a graded stakes winning turf router, as well as a credit who is stakes placed going long on the turf. Let's watch that debut right now for Take the Backroads, who showed high early speed and kept right on rolling along. By Will Take Charge, I have a feeling she might be able to get the additional distance.
Absolutely. You don't really think of Will Take Charge as a turf sire, but I certainly think that he adds the route ability that she's going to need, as she has not yet gone farther than 5.5 furlongs. She's shown steady improvement and broke through in her first turf start last time, not just winning, but also improving her career best buyer by 10 points.
The 7 is Sail By, and we're going to watch her stakes placing at Monmouth Park after we take a look at the pair. Here's Sail By on the outside in the blue cap. She's a little bit green in this race, but it's only her second lifetime start, and this is her running style right now. She has not shown a lot of early speed sprinting. She's still green on her left lead, but she gets up to be a clear second behind a very promising filly from the Wesley Ward barn.
Yeah, behind Miss Alacrity, who's very well regarded. She's from the first Northern Hemisphere crop of Astern, who's a reverse shuttler from Darley, Australia. That's on a Medaglia d'Oro in his first Northern Hemisphere crop here. He's been very versatile. He's the sire of stakes placed runners on both dirt and turf. And from his first Southern Hemisphere crop in Australia, he's already got a number of stakes performing 2-year-olds. He's a very promising young sire.
First turf for the 8, Let's Be Clear, going out for trainer Brad Cox. This is a daughter of Munnings, 12% first turf sire, a half-sister to Someday Soon, a stakes-winning dirt router that won on the turf. Dan was a stakes-winning sprinter. There's a lot of versatility in this pedigree. I'm not too concerned about her ability to handle the turf. I think she'll be fine on it. The question is whether she's good enough. She beat restricted maidens on the dirt in her second start.
I think that's absolutely the question. She's by Munnings, and his runners can do it all. She's faced the aforementioned Take the Backroads a couple of times. So if you like that one, this one offers some value to use in your exotics. And from the Brad Cox barn, who of course has had an outstanding meet, winning the Whitney, and now coming into the last week of the meet with some momentum after winning the Traverse.
And completing the field is the number 9, Mystic Eyes. This is a daughter of McLean's Music. Let's watch her debut try at Saratoga on August the 5th, sprinting. Now, remember, this is a restricted maiden special weight, kind of an auction maiden race. She went right to the front at 3-5. I don't think much of the field she beat, but you can't question the buyer. 77 buyer speed figure, very, very respectable. And there's a little bit of route pedigree here. She's going to have to work out a trip from the far outside post.
Absolutely. That speedy debut win sprinting, that flashy 77 buyer, Todd Pletcher, Johnny Velasquez, certainly fits the profile of a good Saratoga 2-year-old, but I question how far she's going to want to go ultimately.
And that's a very fair question. So we take a look at our picks. I had a tough time with this race. I ultimately landed on Mystic Eyes off that impressive figure, but she is stretching out substantially in distance and she's stepping up substantially in class. So let the tote board be your guide. Around the 4-1 morning line seems fair. You're going with Philly Eagles, the European shipper. I like that she won at 7 furlongs. That can be a very demanding debut distance. And she's with Cassie now, an interesting long shot play.
Yeah, and I did ultimately settle on her because I thought she offered that value at 8-1. I do think this race is wide open with a maiden as your morning line favorite and some questions around Todd Pletcher's horse Mystic Eyes about how far she'll go. I do think Philly Eagles will want every bit of the distance. She is coming back off that layoff that it looks like she's been training steadily right along. I would advise checking out the Clocker reports produced by our colleague Mike Walsh and his team. And I swear I'm not just picking this horse because I'm a lifelong Eagles fan.
4-3-9-5. We'll see if Philly Eagles can score a touchdown in the PG Johnson. I'll go with Mystic Eyes, 9-3-6-5. Should be a fun race. The PG Johnson on Thursday at the Spa, and it's Spa Babies presented by Spendthrift.